Hey guys, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to Thrive with Stride, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It is beautiful outside, and I hope you guys get out to enjoy the beauty of the summer. And there's a lot of stuff that went on this week with Harry, Meghan, and there's a lot of stuff going on today, guys. Oh my gosh. So let's just get to it. The first thing we're going to talk about, I guess, guys, is the fact that today is the Trooping of the Colors. Yeah, it is. It's Trooping of the Colors, apparently. And the Not My King people were out in force today. They were everywhere at that Trooping of the Color thing. And, it is funny to me how they fought so hard, guys. They fought so hard to get all the attention on them. Now they have all the attention on them, and it's a big fat dud. And they're getting a lot of not positive attention as well. And guys, also, isn't it interesting? Oh well, yeah. Take a look. Look. Oh, there's Kitty with the kids, and yeah, they don't look. The kids look like if they're being told, straighten up, straighten up. That's what it looks like as she told the kids. But either way. And oh yeah, and of course today as well in the States there's the there's the No King's Day, because that crazy man that that a lot of Americans voted in and then they regretted it, Donald Trump, he has this whole big celebration about the military, and it coincided with his 79th birthday. So he's having a birthday party, a military parade for his birthday, on the same day that man that y'all call a king is having his Trooping of the Color. So that's a clash right there. This is funny. These two things are happening at the same time. But you know what people were talking about in the last couple days back? They're like, oh, they're so happy. They were so happy that Meghan's because of course we know that Meghan was being honored at the National History Museum of LA, and it was gonna be this weekend. And it was for the Night of Wonder. It was gonna be this weekend. But that kind of, what happened? Meghan, because she thinks, and also, it wasn't even just Meghan that made this decision. They made the decision because of all the rioting that was happening in Los Angeles in the last week. They decided not to do that. But isn't it interesting that they were just talking about, the haters were celebrating the fact that Meghan wouldn't get to go to her the National History Museum thing, right? The gala that she was supposed to attend. They were celebrating and they were happy about that. And they were so happy about that. But the thing is, Meghan, she always thinks of other people, because I think she wouldn't have attended even if it did go on. She wouldn't have attended because you know why? Of all the things that are happening right now in the world. And another thing, guys, there was a horrid plane crash. There was a horrid plane crash that happened in India. It happened in India, but a lot of the people were English. It was going to England, actually. Okay? Well, you guys know all about this, right? Because it's been a few days. And why is it that nobody called for that man that y'all call the king to call off the Trooping of the Color because of that plane crash that happened? But isn't it interesting that Meghan she thinks about things so much that when they had the LA wildfires, she thinks so much about other people that she postponed her whole show, right? And it came on a later date because of that. And then the haters were celebrating, right? But the haters just don't think. The haters don't think. They were celebrating, but when her show came, they were all watching anyways. So there you go. But yeah, so long and short of the story though, is that, isn't it interesting that they never ever They never ever ask these people to not have whatever they're going to have, but they're always asking Meghan, why are you going to have this when the world is on fire, right? They always have that sort of high bar for Meghan, but they never have a high bar for that man that y'all call a king, and for the other man that would like to be a king, the orange guy. Yeah. But anyways, long, crazy week. And of course, like I said, it's Trooping the Color today. There is, if you look at the balcony, it was sparse. And listen, you can see this video here with Camilla. Camilla looks miserable. Camilla did not want the protesters protesting. Look at Camilla's face. Does that look like a queen, guys? Does that look like a queen? She looked like she was like, off with your heads. If she could say, off with your heads, she would have. She would have. And there's all these pictures as well of how small the crowds were for Trooping of the Color, because there's usually much more crowds there, but the crowds were so small. It is so interesting to me that how small the crowds were. And they wanted that balcony so much. They did not want Harry and Meghan to be on that balcony ever. And now that they have the balcony, nobody comes. Hardly anybody came. I mean, guys, it is such a difference between how it was when the Queen was there, when the Queen was alive, and even when Harry and Meghan were there. It was always much bigger. It was always much bigger. But now, yeah, it's just sparse looking. This is the man that they call a king. These are the most popular royals ever, guys. Why is it that the most popular royals don't pull a crowd? That's what I would like to know. And why is it, guys? Why is it that the whole couple of days, the only thing that you can see in the headlines is, why Harry and Meghan are not invited to Trooping of the Color? It's all about Harry and Meghan. It's like all these headlines are about, Harry and Meghan, they're not going to be at Trooping of the Color, all this stuff. And I'm like, really? All the headlines, guys, that are there. It is crazy to me. But anyways, I don't know. So the long and short of the story is they wanted the balcony. Now that they have the balcony, all the magic of the whole balcony thing is gone, because nobody cares about the balcony. Nobody cares about the balcony. Because, guys, I have not paid attention to Trooping of the Color since Meghan and Harry have left. I have not. And the only reason that I ever talk about it is because when I'm talking about how little the crowds are nowadays, and that is the reason why I talk about it. Yeah, and I just find it so interesting, guys, that this horrific plane crash happened and nobody said anything to that man that y'all call a king about postponing his Trooping of the Color. I find it so interesting. But anything that happens when Meghan is doing something, they want her to postpone, they want her to cancel whatever she's doing, and it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's basically it. And then another bigger story as well that happened in the week was that Brooke Shields lady. Brooke Shields went and told a whole set of lies. Well, she didn't really tell a whole set of lies. What she did was she made the stories into something that it wasn't. And it's so interesting because she got called out and she was on India Hicks's podcast, which I had no idea that India Hicks, who is the goddaughter of King Charles, apparently she is the goddaughter of him. But I remember seeing a video with her, and when she was the bridesmaid for Diana, I remember seeing that video. And I remember her, she was talking about, oh, she was a tomboy and she had to wear a dress and all this stuff she was talking about. And that's what I know her from. And then also, apparently, she was a thief as well. Why is it that the people who have all the money become shoplifters? I don't understand it. Maybe they don't have that much money. Maybe she doesn't have that much money. Because why would she need to shoplift? I mean, apparently she got caught shoplifting apparently. But whatever, I don't want to talk about India Hicks anymore. I'm not interested in whatever she did. The long and short of the story is I had no idea that she had a podcast. And the only reason people know about this podcast is because Brooke Shields decided to put Meghan in her mouth. And when she did that, she also kind of told some lies as well and made it seem like if something happened that didn't happen. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't understand why people do this, but they want to get, maybe they want attention on something that they're doing. Maybe it was the podcast. Take a look at this though, by the way.
You tell the story about when you wrote that letter to P&G, because I don't know if everyone's heard it, but it's such a great story at a very young age what you did.
That's so funny. Yes,
I was disrupted the flow. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
but
good.
go
Let's
ahead.
have a conversation.
That's what I love about interviewing Katie. I think it's okay. Let's jump in here.
I was 11 years old, about 11 years old, and I had seen a commercial on TV for a dishwashing liquid, and the boys in my class at the time said, it said, women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans. And the boys said, yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen. And at 11, I just found that infuriating and wrote lots of letters and put pen to paper, and they ended up changing the commercial to people all over America. And it's funny to look back at it now, because that was before social media, where you had a reach that was so much greater. It was just an 11-year-old with a pen and paper. But it just, I guess, goes to show that if you know that there's something wrong and you're using your voice to advocate in the direction of what is right, that can really land and resonate and make huge change for a lot of people. So your voice is not small. It just needs to be heard.
Yes, yeah, there it goes. Meghan got...
This is one of the ways where we're different. When I was 11,
Meghan got her applause.
So, okay.
And then she
I
did that.
I'd known where we're going here. When I was...
And look,
Meghan
laughed.
Different. I would have been writing very different letters, but equally important, I hope. Wow. 11-year-old Brooke and 11-year-old Meghan, this one's for you.
Yeah. So
speaking of which, we know that the situation
and she told a lie, made it seem like Meghan was being precious. She said that Meghan was being precious, according to her, and that was so funny, because you know what? Meghan actually laughed as well. Meghan didn't have any problem with what she said. So why did Brooke make it seem like it was something that it wasn't? Was Brooke just looking for attention last week, guys? Was she just looking for attention for India Hicks's podcast? Maybe India was like, oh, my podcast, guys, my podcast is crap. Nobody's listening to it. And she was like, I got a story about Meghan. Maybe I'll make it into something. And that's what she did. Made it into something. But you know what I think, guys, on this beautiful Saturday, I believe that Harry and Meghan are maybe at the beach with the kids, or they're in their backyard having a little nice barbecue by a lake somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I think they are enjoying the beauty of it all. The beauty of this life. That's what they're doing. Yeah, so I believe that's what Meghan and Harry are doing with the kids this weekend. They're not worrying about Trooping of the Color. No, they don't care about that, because they have left and they have taken all the sparkle along with them. It is as simple as that. They took the sparkle with them. It's very simple. And, by the way, today, guys, is also Barack Obama Appreciation Day. People have been celebrating the best president that I have ever witnessed, Barack Obama. Yeah, on that man that wants to be a king's birthday and his whole whatever that thing is that he had going on. And today, guys, all over the United States as well, there is protests going on because they reject the king. They don't want no king. It's a rejection of Donald Trump, and it's about time. It's called No Kings Day or whatever it's called. No Kings in America Day or whatever. Yeah. So that's going on, and I really am proud of my American counterparts. I'm proud of you guys for actually realizing that a lot of you made a mistake by voting for that man, and you're trying to turn things around, but he's already in. So there you go. It's like, it would have been good to do it, to not vote for him, but a lot of y'all did, and then a lot of y'all, regretted it. So that's long short of the story. But either way, guys, it's been wonderful talking to you. And like I said, I think Harry and Meghan are somewhere on the beach somewhere, or somewhere in their backyard barbecuing their beautiful, luscious, beautiful house. The the $20 million mansion with the 20 bedrooms and the 100 washrooms that the British press talks about. They're probably somewhere enjoying their beautiful lives. That's what they're doing. And yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming through. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to support me, you can buy me a coffee. You can drop a super chat or super sticker if you want to support the channel. I also have an Etsy store, and we have a lot of things there. These are some of the selection of some of the things that we have there. Guys, my Etsy store has been going on for a while. I've only had 2 sales. I've only had 2 sales so far, guys, and it's from the same person, and thank you so much to her. But yeah, if you want to support me, you can also go over to my Etsy store. And guys, if I was going to be getting some sales, I would definitely be donating some funds from the sales to the Sick Kids Hospital here in Toronto. That's what I plan to do from before. And I still plan on doing it, but I haven't gotten any sales. I've only gotten 2 sales. But guys, you don't have to support any causes, whatever I have here. You don't have to. It's totally up to you. I'm not asking or I'm not begging, I'm asking. So if you want to support my channel, you want to support me, and you'd like to see me here more often, you can support me by viewing my videos. That's the first thing. Viewing my videos, passing them on to other squaddies who don't know about my channel, and I would be here more often. I wish I could be here more often, but I don't get enough views and stuff in order to, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't get enough views to be able to do that. So I'm hoping that, soon things will pick up again, and I would be here more often. But anyways, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.